Alright, so now our app is changing the contents of the meal fragment based on the user clicking on items in the list fragment. So that's good. But watch what happens when I change the orientation. So you'll notice it reverts back to hello blank fragment. And to make this work properly, we have to do a little more work. And there's an example of that in the basic fragments as well. If you look at the article fragment, edit that with Notepad as well. So you'll see that on create view, if the saved instance state is not null, it's restoring the value of current position. And it also provides an onSave instance state method which takes the out state and stores some value in it. So once again, just like with the activity lifecycle. And so we're going to do the same thing in our app. Let's go ahead and get back to the app. And so in our onCreateView method, we get a saved instance state passed in. So if saved instance state is not equal to null, then we want to restore some state. So what do we want to restore? Well, we don't really have much yet. So let's go ahead and add some. So I'm going to have it remember the meal item and then restore that from the bundle. So meal item and current meal. And then this is private. So we have a little problem here in that I can't just put a meal item object into the bundle. I can only put strings and ints and string lists and some other stuff, but not an arbitrary object. So what I want to do is actually extract the information from the meal item and store it separately. So we basically have a string, which is the meal name, and the picture, which is an int. So I'm going to create some keys here to save these things in. So meal name key is going to be meal name. And meal picture ID key is going to be meal picture ID. And then here in my onCreate view, I'm going to set, well, first I'm going to get the meal name. Which is a string. And that's going to be the meal name key. And then I'm going to have meal picture, same instance state.get int, and then meal picture ID, and I'll give it a default of 0. I put this in the wrong place. I put it after the return statement. This needs to go before I return. There we go. Okay, and this comment actually belongs with this piece of code. Alright, so now I have the meal name and the meal picture. Now let's set the current meal to a new meal item, meal name, comma, meal picture. Oh, and somehow lost the equal sign. Alright, so this is going to restore the meal, and then down here I need to create an onsaved instance state. So override public void onSaved save instance state, and this is going to take a bundle, which I'll call save instance state. And this time I'm going to remember to call the super on save instance state. So I got it once anyway. And we're going to say save instance state dot put string, and we'll put our meal name key, the current meal dot name. And we'll also put int our picture ID, current meal get picture. So just to be 100% sure that we actually have something set here, let's only go ahead and do that if and current meal not equal null. Okay, and then up here, just to be completely safe, I'm going to do this line first, and then only do the other part if meal picture not equal to 0. So if nothing is saved in the bundle, I don't restore the current meal. And if the current meal isn't set, then I don't store anything in the bundle. And then the last thing I need to do is in the set meal, I also need to set the current meal equal to item. So that should be everything. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Alright, so beef, rotate. Not quite. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this under the debugger and make sure our instance states are getting called. And I'll put one here as well. And let's run it. Okay, so we'll go for the beef, and we'll hit rotate. Okay, so we're on our breakpoint here. So for current meal is set, and it's got a name and a picture, so that's good. Oh, I know what it is already. Hold on, let me quit out of here. Yeah, what I did was I restored the bundle, but I didn't actually set the picture anywhere. So I need to call set meal to current meal. There we go. So I restored it, but I didn't actually set the new picture. So let's go ahead and try that. Okay, so chicken and rotate. Oh, not quite. Let's see what we have this time. So I'm doing this too early. I should really be doing this later. because not all my views actually exist this early in the fragment lifestyle. I actually want to do this just when the view becomes visible, which is an on start. So public void on start. Set the meal to the current meal. If there is a current meal, let's do that. Okay. Have to call super. Forgot that again. Okay. At least I didn't even have to look at the log this time. Chicken, rotate, perfect. All right, so now there's a few little fiddly bits. When you exit this and maybe you want to change hello blank fragment to be a welcome message that welcomes somebody to the Fragmented Meals app. You could possibly center this thing vertically instead of having it up in the corner, but that's enough for now, and I look forward to seeing your submissions.